I think of myself as someone who kind of observes the human condition and observes what's going on, and then I try to make sense of it. And here's if you zoom out really, really far, what I think's going on with our species. So systems and institutions and governments and these scaffolding structures exist around us that we've co-created, that have been emergent. They weren't exactly pre-planned, because had we pre-planned them, maybe we would have been a bit more intentional. But the reality we find ourselves in is that these structures have become kind of our overlords. Corporations have rights as if they're people. And they're clearly not people. They're collections of people. But a corporation is not a person. And, we have 195 governments on planet Earth, 195 in groups and out groups. They exist on spectrums of dysfunction. About 40% of them are warring or in hostilities with one another. We are chimp-like. We are territorial and aggressive and competitive and greedy. We've sunk into our ape selves. And apes are beautiful creatures too. Part of why they're aggressive is because they love so hard they're in groups that they're willing to aggress upon out groups. But if you zoom out far enough, like if you're an astronaut in outer space, you don't see borders. You see a single planet, tiny marble in a vast cosmic ocean. And we're a single humanity. And all of our lives matter. But we don't all have our basic needs even taken care of. There are plenty of people on planet Earth who are hungry, who are ill, who are suffering, who are enslaved, even in modern day, who are trapped in systems of torture. I think of the American criminal justice system, and it's basically a trap for poor people, addicted people, and mentally ill people. And never does that system ask, why are people lashing out and harming other humans, committing crimes? Why? What is the root cause of crime? The system doesn't do that. It just punishes people who make imperfect choices because they live in very imperfect situations. If you put a human animal in a corner, it doesn't have its needs met, it's hungry, it's cold, it's unhoused, it's poverty-stricken, it's in trauma, well, it'll do horrible things to other chimps to survive. And at some point, our systems need to get more intelligent, don't you think? Like, shouldn't we ask, well, why does crime occur? And why are governments dysfunctional? And why are people profiting off of justice? And why are people profiting so much for health? And why are so many working people struggling to make ends meet, even here in America? Why do we have homeless people? Why do we have such rampant mental illness? Like, at some point, we have to look at the truth of what exists in our world. And granted, we are better off than we've been in the past. If you go back hundreds of years or thousands of years, we were even more trapped in our chimp-like behaviors than we are now. But I mean, we've built our economy around the war machine here in America, in power over, in domination, in killing. Colonialism has been rampant. You just take what you want. And if they resist, you harm them physically. Look what we did to Native Americans in America. The people who were here first. Humans have done horrible things to one another. And honestly, like, I'm hopeful that we can co-create a better future, but there's a part of me that's like, wow, I'm one of 8 billion. What can I do? Maybe the best thing I can do is keep my head down and not upset any human chimps too much, because they'll aggress. They will harm. The world is not safe. You can be born a human being on planet Earth, and we still haven't figured out how everyone can have their basic needs met. Basic meaning food, shelter, education, access to the internet, belonging and safety, community, healthcare. All of these systems we have are dysfunctional. And now, we're capable of designing more intelligent institutions, but we need to be aware of our own corruption, our own neediness, our own desire to take for ourselves, even at the cost it may take, or the harm it may cause on other beings. Gosh, the things we do to animal factory farming of animals, and yeah, it's just sad that as smart as we are, we're missing so much ethics, so much intelligence. If you're in our in-group, we'll care about you, but if you're different than us, then you're less than, and we can harm you, we can take from you, we can steal from you. Like, it's just so old school, so basic, so shameful, so caveman. And I don't know how all of this will play out, but I'm hopeful that AI will be a steward at the human level, and help us coordinate our intelligence benevolently and spread resources intelligently. So, people aren't going hungry while other people have hundreds of empty houses. Yeah. I believe in the power of polymathic intelligence. And I think everyone should have the right to go above and beyond and thrive and make their wealth for themselves. But we all deserve to have a basic standard of living just because we're human, and that's just simply not the case. There's pockets of planet Earth that still don't have internet access. There's a digital divide, that's what it's called. So there's a part of me that just wants to run and hide from the mess of my own species, because we've been ape-like, animal-like. We've chosen the path of fear, greed, hatred, otherizing, in-grouping and out-grouping, dehumanization, greed, corruption. We've chosen that over and over again. And monkey see, monkey do. Other people behave immorally, so others take it as a permission that they can too, that they should, that that's just the way it is. But at some point, we need to rise above. There's a part of me that's hopeful that AI will help coordinate and help us transcend our animal nature and rise up into our higher selves. And intelligence enough isn't it. We need also benevolence, loving kindness. It's head and heart. We need both. We can use intelligence for horrible, horrible means. That's what we've been doing. I mean, the age of specialization caused a meta crisis, if you ask me. We didn't think about how what we do over here impacts over there, because everyone was just focused on their swim lane, their slice of the pie, and who cares about domino effects and cascades. We were very myopic and small-minded and okay to cause harm and whatever. But I think we've got to recognize as a species that the systems, institutions, and governments we have created from yesteryear don't really meet the complexity of the times we're in now. And that at some point we need to think as a species, not as countries. It's so arbitrary. Global problems are not going to be solved by countries when nearly half of them hate each other. Like, at some point, humans need to reorganize in a new way. The country model, the bureaucracies of government are highly dysfunctional, inefficient, and self-serving. At best, and at worst, they severely victimize the people they're supposed to help. So, anyway, that's just some ranting of what I think about the state of the world, how I make sense of it all. Intelligence and heart are the cure. Stupidity and fear got us in this mess. And intelligence and heart is what will get us out. We need to think radically different about how we can self-organize as a species, period. The old systems are failing us. That's all, folks.